Friday, October 22nd, edition of the Carolina Weather Video. We're going to have another wonderful weather weekend. We've done a great job of putting together some excellent weekend weather through the month of October, and we are going to do that again for this weekend. But next week is going to be warm and unsettled, sort of a different type of week than we've seen in quite a while. I'll talk about that, plus Richard, coming up as we go through today's video. Let's start with the radar. Had some pretty big thunderstorms yesterday, parts of New Mexico into West Texas. Still some big storms this morning, even at the 5 o'clock hour in parts of Texas as we speak. And that activity is with our next system that'll get here Monday. There's a look at the watch, warning, and advisory situation. Lots of frost and freeze products out through the Great Lakes and the Ohio Valley and into parts of the North Carolina mountains. This is our upper air chart today, and notice a trough that's swinging out to sea that's delivered this current push of cooler air. Our highs today, about 10 degrees cooler than what we saw for highs Thursday. Now watch the progress of this next system. Here we are with the system today. Let's go out to Monday at 2 in the afternoon, and you see this little short wave diving our way. Now the models are a little different in terms of their handling with how significant this short wave is. Some models stronger, some weaker, but the result should be some showers and storms around here Monday into Monday night. Today, just a beautiful day, not as breezy as yesterday. High pressure building directly overhead, and that'll be the case tonight as well. So highs in many Piedmont spots just shy of 70 today. A lot of mid to upper 60s for highs. And tonight is going to be a chilly one. I think many Piedmont locations in the upper 30s, could even be some mid 30s out there in some spots. A delightful Saturday. We'll see highs returning to the 70s with a sunny sky, and that return flow really getting established on Sunday, so it looks like mid to maybe upper 70s for highs. Sunday should still be dry, though, but Monday will bring in that opportunity for showers and thunderstorms. Now, how great the thunderstorm chance is really depends on how intense that little short wave is that rolls our way. But I will mention the chance, at least, of some thunderstorms being involved. Tuesday, I will once again maintain some shower chance. And look at this setup for next week. Strong low pressure near the Canadian border, and just this broad southwesterly flow. Very mild, even warm week next week. I think highs Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, at least into the lower 80s in many locations. So Wednesday will be a warm day, probably dry, it looks like right now Wednesday, but the next system will approach and bring the chance of more showers or thunderstorms Thursday of next week. And then the GFS clears us out in time for a cooler push of air Friday as we enter the Halloween weekend. Now, the models have kind of gone nuts toward the end of next week. And let me show you a little bit of a comparison. This is the GFS Friday, showing that little trough moving in, but nothing at all like the huge full latitude trough we had in the eastern part of the country on many of the previous model runs. And look what the European has done. Here's what it had with the 12Z run yesterday. And again, that's similar to what we've been looking at. Big full latitude trough in the eastern U.S. That'd bring a very chilly air mass next weekend. This is, by the way, 8 a.m. on Halloween morning. Now look at the latest European. Same exact time frame. A little bit different, huh? And the reason here, the reason it's so different is look what's going on out west. Again, this is the latest European, the 0Z. Compare what's happening in this area to the latest model run. Wow, yeah, that's a little bit different. So the result is you get some ridging in the plains and not nearly the depth of troughiness in the eastern part of the country. So let's give it some more model cycles and see how Halloween weekend is going to pan out. All right, shifting gears. Richard, a minimal tropical storm at the time I'm cutting this video, but you can notice if you look at the satellite loops that the outflow is now prevalent in all quadrants of the system, so the shear has definitely relaxed, and I expect some intensification of Richard. Let's talk about the track. There's the computer model guidance. There's been a general southward shift in this since yesterday, and I'm less concerned about this track now. This looks like a Central America type of track. If it does emerge in the Gulf, it'll be pretty far south, and the reason that track is shifted farther south is the same high pressure that's going to give us the great weekend. It's a pretty strong area of high pressure situated up in this region, and as that moves out into the Atlantic Ocean early next week, it just kind of keeps everything suppressed southward. There's the official National Hurricane Center forecast, bringing it to the Central American coast early Monday as a hurricane, and then as a weak depression as it gets through the Yucatan and into the southern Gulf. This is the intensity models, and a lot of these have backed off to where they were yesterday. You had a number of models bringing this to a Cat 3 or a Cat 4 hurricane yesterday. Today, not nearly as much of intensification, but still essentially, we'll say half of the models bring this to at least hurricane status, and it probably will be able to become a hurricane. The reason the models are not as intense with this is it's closer to land here throughout its life cycle. It's not out here in this breeding ground of the Western Caribbean. It's close to Central America. This is the GFDL bringing that to the Central American coast as a hurricane, and a hurricane Wharf maybe as a borderline strong tropical storm or weak hurricane. So that's the story with Richard. For our friends in Florida, it looks a little less ominous now than it did yesterday, but still need to watch it for sure. All right, that is it for this Friday edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Everyone have a great weekend, and God bless.